How would you describe your emotions about all the attention that you've gotten?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like at this point I'm pretty used to it. And
the moment Caitlin Clark stepped onto the New Heights podcast with Jason and Travis Kelce, the game changed. Not just for basketball, not just for sports talk, but for the entire landscape of how athletes tell their stories. Because Caitlin didn't just show up. She showed out. And the interview, it wasn't just big, it was seismic. From the second the episode began, you could feel something special was about to unfold. The Kelce brothers, known for their wild energy and relentless jokes, opened the new year by bringing on the single most requested guest in the podcast's history. Not a quarterback, not a Super Bowl MVP, but a 22-year-old rookie in the WNBA. And when Caitlin Clark took that mic, she didn't hold back. She's the NCAA's all-time Division I scoring leader, the first pick in the WNBA draft, the current assist leader in the league, a 2024 All-Star, and, of course, your WNBA Rookie of the Year. But Caitlin didn't come on the show to list off accomplishments. She came with heart, with humor, and with unfiltered truth that left everyone, from casual fans to seasoned sports vets, absolutely floored. From the jump, Jason joked about her being the Wayne Gretzky of basketball. But the truth? That wasn't much of a stretch. Caitlin's accolades have piled up so fast that even Wikipedia couldn't keep up. They had to build her a separate page just to list them all. In her rookie WNBA season alone, she broke 62 records. Not career totals, just in 1 year. And yet, when asked which award meant the most, Caitlin didn't say Rookie of the Year. She didn't mention her draft pick. Not even Time magazine's Athlete of the Year. She said Academic All-American. Because for Caitlin, the spotlight doesn't shine brightest on the trophies.
I mean, I feel good. I'm going to be day-to-day from here on out, and doing everything I can to put myself in a position to play the next game every single time. You know, that's always my goal, is to be available for the next game.
It shines brightest when her family smiles. Her mom, she said, was more proud of that title than anything else. And that's where we start to understand what makes Caitlin Clark different. The records, the stats, those are just the byproducts. What matters most to her is the process, the grind, and the people who supported her through it all. But then came the deeper moments. Caitlin started reflecting, not just on her college years, but on the insane reality that her first college recruitment letter came in 7th grade. Let that sink in. While her classmates were worried about school dances or middle school drama, Caitlin was already on the radar of powerhouse programs. And what did her parents do? They hid the letter. They told her older brother to get the mail so she wouldn't see it. Because in their house...
And you can see from pictures, like as me as a freshman, now me as a senior, like I look completely different. My face is the same, but my body is much more chiseled. And I think, honestly, I'm not sure...
Childhood still mattered. Her parents weren't going to let a piece of paper define her future or steal her present. She wasn't going to grow up too fast. And that decision, one that prioritized joy over pressure, shaped everything. She reminisced about going to Chiefs games with her cousins in Kansas City. Sitting out in freezing temperatures, toes going numb, all to support a team she's loved since long before it was cool. Before Mahomes. Before Kelsey. She was there. And she proudly told Travis, "I'm not a bandwagon. I was here before y'all blew up." And the brothers laughed. Because how often does a guest come on their show with that much pride, confidence, and straight-up Midwestern charm? But things turned serious again when Caitlin started reflecting on her transition into the WNBA. She opened up about the challenge of balancing humility with leadership. As a rookie, you don't want to overstep, but when you're the #1 draft pick, the world expects you to lead. And that inner tension, Caitlin laid it all bare. She admitted she didn't know how much to say in the locker room. Didn't know how to carry the weight of expectation while still figuring out how to fit in. But she credited her teammates, especially veterans like Erica Wheeler and Aaliyah Boston, for helping her find that balance. They didn't just tolerate her. They embraced her, protected her, gave her the space to stumble and grow. One memory in particular stood out, her very first WNBA game. Her welcome to the league moment came when her eardrum literally ruptured. The pain was instant, unforgettable, and symbolic. This was not going to be an easy ride. But Caitlin wasn't backing down. And that honesty, it threaded through the entire conversation. She even shared stories about hitting a spectator with a golf ball during a charity game. Not exactly a flex, but the kind of self-deprecating humor that made her all the more relatable. Then came the moment that truly sent shockwaves across the sports world. Jason asked a simple question: "Why do you think NBA ratings are down?" Caitlin didn't hesitate. She said most fans don't realize how good NBA players are. That they mistake effortlessness for laziness. That they don't appreciate the precision of a game that's evolved beyond brute force. She acknowledged the criticism that the game's gotten too soft, too focused on three-point shooting, lacking the rivalries that once defined it. But then she dropped a line that hit like a full-court buzzer beater. The game's always evolving. That's what makes basketball beautiful. She didn't blame fans. She didn't attack the league. She simply told the truth. Basketball isn't supposed to stay the same. It's supposed to grow, just like she has. From 7th grade phenom to the face of a league. And that's when Travis and Jason decided to push the conversation further. They started spitballing wild ideas. What about a 4-point line? What about hockey-style fights? Caitlin laughed. But she didn't dismiss it. Because she understood something deeper. Entertainment matters. Rivalries matter. Gimmicks aside, the NBA needs to find its spark again, and Caitlin wasn't afraid to say it out loud. Then the conversation swerved back to the All-Star game. Caitlin lit up at the idea of returning to the classic East versus West format. She said that's what made it special. That's why people tuned in. Because it felt real. It meant something. And the NBA's in-season tournaments? Caitlin didn't hold back on those either. "I'm not a fan," she said bluntly. "The funky floors, the meaningless brackets. Can we just play basketball?" That single line. It captured what so many fans have been feeling for years. And if the NBA's listening, they'd be wise to take notes. But Caitlin wasn't done. She started looking ahead, beyond the court, beyond the game. She talked about her marketing degree. About maybe working in a front office someday. Not coaching, but behind the scenes. Free agency. Operations. Creating real change in the business side of sports. Because Caitlin Clark isn't just building a career. She's building a legacy. A legacy that began in Des Moines, Iowa. That took root on high school courts and summer leagues. That exploded at the University of Iowa. And now, it's lighting up the WNBA and shaking the foundation of American sports. She's 22 years old and already thinking about mentoring the next generation. Already thinking about what she can build for women's sports when the cameras stop rolling. Because she gets it. She knows that visibility isn't the finish line, it's the starting block. And as the interview wound down, there was no grand speech. No rehearsed monologue. Just Caitlin, smiling, laughing, reflecting on how much her life has changed in one short year. From college athlete to pro. From playing for fun to carrying an entire league on her shoulders. But she carries it with grace, with humility, and with the fierce fire of someone who still plays like she has something to prove. This wasn't just another athlete podcast. This was a glimpse into the heart and mind of someone who's already transcending her sport. A reminder that authenticity still matters. That joy still matters. That storytelling, when it's raw, unfiltered, and real, can still shake the world. So if you haven't seen it yet, go watch the full episode. Because Caitlin Clark just laid out the blueprint, not just for greatness on the court, but for greatness off it. And trust us, this is just the beginning.